Hey everybody, this is Dr. Kyle with ICE Clinics bringing you your next tip for Tuesday. What I wanted to have you do is come right on in with me right away and show you this chart. This is a chart that we've shown regularly in our videos and also to our patients very often, and I love it just because it's very simple in demonstrating each one of the spinal nerves that come off of our spine, the body parts they go to, and the possible symptoms that people may have. Now in particular, I want to focus on our upper neck, so C1, C2, and specifically the C2 nerve root because it will feed into the eyes and the optic nerves, which sometimes will cause eye problems and pain around the eyes. So some of the symptoms that are correlated with what we want to discuss a little bit further today. One other thing to remember is your upper neck is where a lot of what are called your cranial nerves will branch out of and influence your body. And in particular, cranial nerves, just think of them this way, they're specialized nerves that come directly off the brain or the brain stem. And a lot of them have to do with this anatomy up in this neck of the woods. And in particular, we have 3 of them that are specific to just moving muscles in our eyes, and you can even argue that there's 3 other ones that have some other influence in our eyes. So the tip today that I want to discuss is in relationship to our eye health and a lot of the problems that people may encounter from having to stare at a screen for long periods of time. So when we look at Miss Michaela here, who's staring at her phone, texting, social media for 6 hours out of the day, her eyes are very fixated into one particular spot. If you take into account that we have muscles that move our eyes to look into different parts of our visual field, if we don't use those muscles, much like any other muscle in our body, they will atrophy. And that's why I think a lot of people have issues with their eyes, and they also have issues with different neurologic processes going around their head and their brain in general. So one quick tip I'll have you guys watch Miss Michaela do is what we call the H pattern. So she's going to look at the tip of her finger here. She's going to keep her head still, hold it maybe a foot or 2 away from your body. And what she's going to do is draw an H. So you'll see her come off to the side here. Now what I want you to make sure you're watching is that she is coming out far enough to feel the strain in her eyes. If she's only coming out here, it's not going to be as much of an exercise for those eyes. So coming out a little further, feel that burn, and then she's going to come up, keeping her head still, looking straight forward, go down, and then coming back up, and then going across her body. So again, drawing an H here. And then going up, coming down. Now watch Michaela, she does have a little bit of a temptation to follow with her head, but keeping the eyes, the only moving body part, is really important. So coming back, and then most importantly to finish off, she'll come back to the middle of the H, and she's going to go straight in towards her nose, make herself cross-eyed, and then come back out. Very good. So importantly, I want you guys to recognize that this is actually a neurologic test that clinicians will use to check for what's called nystagmus. But in this context, all we're trying to do is work those muscles that have maybe become a little atrophied from staring at screens all day. And some people actually get a little bit of a neurologic benefit. They feel a little happier, a little less stressed when they do this exercise on a regular basis. So if you happen to catch yourself in front of a screen, a laptop, a TV for long periods of time, just take a break, do this exercise, maybe a few repetitions, and it might help your eye health in general. Hopefully this helps a couple of you guys watching this on a screen out there. My name is Dr. Kyle with ICE Clinics. Thanks for watching.